Hello everybody, and welcome to today's special Clash Tournaments announcement brought live on stream directly to you. So what I have for you today is something special, and what I'm calling is one of the biggest changes in Clash Tournaments since I originally launched it in 2011. Now, even though we are most known for our streaming services located across the country for Super Smash Bros. And other various games, one part of the company that I've always been interested in is the sponsor division, which I launched in 2011, originally with members CT0 and CT Mewtwo King. Originally, this was an opportunity for me to take some of the profits I've earned as a streamer and give back to the community to support them for the hard work that they do and enhance their image for better professional and sponsor opportunities. But now recently, our scene has begun to change. We've seen many strong pickups such as Curse, C9, Team Liquid, and others, and yet it feels like that they've garnered sort of a professional status in the community, partnering with players and providing them great opportunities, especially with events such as MLG Anaheim, CEO, and EVO soon on the horizon. So it brings me with great pleasure to announce to you a change to our sponsor division in which I'm calling the Clash Tournaments Pro Team. Everything with our current sponsor division does not change, and every member still remains on board. All these members will be acting more like a partnership in a way, acting as content providers to provide content that the community loves to both read and watch through our website, live stream, and YouTube accounts online. However, the Pro Team will be a division of 3 separate players that really stand above the rest and are known for their skill in multiple titles. These are the players that will be pushing the Pro brand and really pushing the skill and showing to everybody in the community what Clash Tournaments is about. Now, of the 3 players, you're already very familiar with one of them. I think you know who it is already. However, the other 2 players are new pickups to the Clash Tournaments team. I prepared a trailer for each of the 3 members, and I would like to show them to you now.
That was so quick by Zero. Whoa. Has some of the most amazing reaction times on stream. Oh yeah, period.
Mewtwo King still on his game and making sure to get that counterplay. Oh, but his tornado gets countered. Oh, and that might be it. Right up there.
Wow. Knocks him out of the tournament. Zero advances to losers semifinal.
Chile! Props to my man Zero. Props to hard work. This guy, come a little closer. This guy just beat Vinny, Nairo, Pizza King, and did it all with a smile on his face. You almost made it look easy.
I like my chances, my team is really solid and I've been playing well today, so hopefully it goes to the next round.
Do you realize that at this point you're doing probably the best out of anyone, or one of the top competitors right now?
Yeah, I won 4 games today, I only lost 1, and I still need to win 1 more to make the final 8.
And the paralysis, will it be able to get it off? Yes! Hydro Pump does go through the confusion and the paralysis, and it hits onto that Heatran. All of the odds stacked against Rotom, it finally makes up for all 5 of those Will-O-Wisp miss, and it gets the Hydro Pump.
Again, I'm here with Aaron Zhang, who just finished 3rd in the Pokemon World Championships. Aaron, how do you feel about that?
I feel great because this is my first year in the Masters Division, and in the 2 past years in seniors, you know, my World Championship runs didn't go so well. So even getting 3rd is great enough, and just seeing my brother in the finals, like that is what really makes this weekend perfect.
The 2012 Senior Division U.S. National Champion, Aaron Zhang.
Right now is chanting behind us.
Oh, and there it is!
And we convert the grab onto platform.
Man,
forward throw,
this is
chain grab.
such an opportunity.
Into back throw, into down throw. Here it goes.
Gonna lay him down and send him down into the loser's bracket.
And that is a 22% three-shot.
There it is.
3 minutes. Alley-oop.
ESAM unplugging the controller, walking off, looking at the crowd and just saying, yeah, I'm here. Don't forget who I am.
Looking for it. Wow. And the blink of an eye, making faces at the stream and letting them know. How you gonna get through that? How you gonna get through that?
Wall though?
How you gonna get through that?
That wall of hate?
Boy, like Advanced Wars out here.
I'm telling you,
like,
yo, Gears of War Smash Edition. Boom, boom.
Bang, bang. You know what I mean? Like, there it is. ESAM's in the air. He has to go in. 10 seconds on the clock. Ally hits the dash attack. Run. Both players at lethal percent. Allies running for the hills. Tornado knocks the wide side. Oh! A hard read for ESAM. Goodness gracious. There it is. What a hard read. The hardest read. Oh, and you talk about composure. Oh, man. The crowd goes wild. It was out of control. Oh man, you talk about someone in a clutch scenario. You have no mindset, nothing, and he manages to make a hard read. How to keep the peace of mind to know I can get the kill right here.
So how about that? Pretty exciting, huh? I'm sure many of you expected CT0 to be one of them after working so closely with him since the very beginning of Clash tournaments when he joined in 2011. The other 2 pickups, though, Cybertron and ESAM, I'm very excited about. Cybertron particularly is the new direction for Clash tournaments and working stronger with the Pokemon community, especially in the video game championship side of things. The tournaments for the video game championship span all across the entire world, from a local all the way up to a global world level. With Smash 4 coming to the 3DS this summer, it now shares the same system as other popular titles such as Pokemon X and Y and the upcoming remakes of Ruby and Sapphire. The Pokemon competitive community is very large and one that's great to get into. We now have a fan base of millions of players out there who can potentially become not just Pokemon fans but Smash fans as well, and we can help convert Smash fans into Pokemon fans as well. The game shared many similarities, such as characters from Pokemon appearing in Smash Bros., such as the recently revealed Greninja character, and many people can now play different games on the same system when they're out and about between Smash 4 and 3DS and Pokemon X and Y. Along with Cybertron is ESAM, a player that people have expected to be picked up for a while, who has very strong multi-game talent. He's shown dominance in melee, such as defeating Javi at an earlier Apex tournament. He's one of the best players nationally in Brawl, and has recently been making quite the moves in Project M after getting 3rd place at Skatar 3 this past weekend. So what separates a professional team from the players I've already worked with? I'm proud to provide extra support for them to make it to events, so all of you watching your favorite events at home can cheer them on. Of course, the support does not come from me alone, and I'm proud to announce multiple new sponsors that will be joining the Clash Tournaments team and the Smash community as a whole. Our first 2 sponsors are those that you're very familiar with already, and that I've already been working with Clash Tournaments since earlier this year. That would be Smashboards and Broken Tier. Smashboards is the home of the Smash Brothers community. It's been around for over a decade. If you're ever looking to up your game in Smash Brothers, definitely check out smashboards.com so you can discuss with like-minded players, even meet some new friends, discuss character strategies, and find tournaments to attend in the area. Broken Tier is one of the leading special apparel designs for the FGC and has been working with us since January. Of course, you all are likely familiar with our Wave Sign shirt design, and I'm proud to announce that we are currently in the brainstorming phases for our next shirt, and we hope to have more news about that closer to EVO later this summer. Our third sponsor is one that you're also already familiar with, but is a new partner with Clash Tournaments, and that is Envy Gaming. We recently have done 2 controller giveaways with them at the Pass House 2 and Skatar 3 tournaments, giving away free custom controllers that they paint and create themselves. A lot of these designs are very interesting, and players all around the world love them. You can also even work with Envy to do a custom design and have them created for yourself personally and have a controller that nobody else has. Our next sponsor is Linode, a virtual private server company. So what this does is they provide servers in order for people to generally host websites and databases on, which is required for many aspects of the Smash community. Many large websites such as Clash Tournaments, Apex Series, and even other ones such as Team Oxy's website are hosted on Linode servers. So if you ever needed a server to host a website for your local community, tournaments, upcoming registration, Linode is a great place to get a high-powered server in order to host these such websites. Now, I've been trying to think of ways that we can use Linode servers outside of just hosting the Clash Tournaments website. One way I've thought is by talking to the Project M backroom is that we will likely be hosting a download mirror for the upcoming Project M version to get the downloads to you as quickly as possible and with a lesser chance of the sites crashing or going down. Our next partner on board is one that you're also all familiar with, which is Apex Series. Apex Series is the largest annual Smash tournament in the entire world, and the reason why I'm bringing them on as an official partner is because of how much they've helped us grow. We've offered live streams for the events at Apex 2013 and Apex 2014, and I am proud to announce for Apex 2015 happening in January 30th of 2015 is that Clash Tournaments will be the official mainstream this year. That means streaming the top 8s of all the games, including Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, along with the other FGC titles such as Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultra Street Fighter 4. And my final sponsor that I'm very proud to bring on board is Astro Gaming, which provides professional gaming gear such as the headsets and the A40 line that they're very well known for. Clash Tournaments Pro Team players will be sporting many different Astro products at events, including a customized A40 sporting the Clash Tournaments logo, which I'm sure you'll all love to see. Definitely show the support to Astro, check out their products, and if there's enough demand for it, maybe we can even get these Clash Tournaments headsets to the public later on. Now, with these 6 great sponsors and partners on board for a professional team, of course our players need to look the part. So all Pro Team members will be sporting a brand new Clash Tournaments jersey, which you can see displayed here. All of our sponsors will be displayed on the jersey along with each player's name, and you can start to see these at events starting in later June at MLG Anaheim, which CT0 has qualified for. I hope you have enjoyed the reveal of the new Clash Tournaments Pro Team. I do have a new web page available online which outlines all of the sponsors and players on board, and a new website which is at clashtournaments.gg. This new webpage will just be focusing on the new Pro Team aspect of us and various news and video reveals, and does not serve as a replacement to the classic clashtournaments.com, where you can continue to get very good articles, news, and video content. Furthermore, we have prepared interviews with each of the 3 players, done none other by Prague, a famous commentator in the Smash community. I'll be showing them in just a little bit, because currently I still have additional news to tell you. Now, of course, everything about the new Clash Tournaments professional team is great, but Clash Tournaments would not be what it is today without the events it works with, so I wanted to talk about a couple of upcoming events. First up would be the Fall Classic, which happens October 10th in Raleigh, North Carolina. This event just had its pre-registration go up yesterday, and a lot of changes have been made since TFC 2013 into 2014. In 2013, Clash Tournaments was there to host and provide the stream for just Super Smash Bros. Melee, but no other Smash titles there. This year, we're greatly expanding the lineup to include Super Smash Bros. Melee, Brawl, Project M, Smash for 3DS, and Pokemon X and Y. We will be there on hand to host the tournaments and stream them as well to you. And the final event I wish to mention is something that's very special to me. Any of you that are friends with me on Facebook may remember a post I made about a month ago saying where one of my dreams had come true, and that is because Clash Tournaments will officially be attending the E3 Media Expo next week as official members of the press. We are partnering up with Smashboards to provide the best content possible for both Smash 4, Wii U, and 3DS, and the Nintendo Invitational. The Nintendo Invitational will be taking place on next Tuesday, which CT0 will be a part of, and then E3 will be on Tuesdays, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can find content for these new Smash titles with written content on Smashboards.com and video content on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ClashTournaments. On hand at E3 will be myself, CT0, and we're bringing along a close friend of Clash Tournaments, Kitaro, so he can help provide you very exciteful and hype interviews and insights on the game. Definitely be on the lookout for that content coming next week, and I'm excited to be there and I can't wait for it. Additionally, since we will be on West Coast, this Saturday will be the tournament called Mayhem, hosted by MacD, a Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament in Southern California. So you can expect a live stream from Clash Tournaments there with hype players such as MacD, S2J, Fiction, Lucky, Westballs, and more. I'm excited to show all this news to you today, and as I did mention, we still have 3 interviews to show you done by Prague with each of the 3 pro team members, so you can help kind of get inside their mind a little bit, find out why they're on the pro team, and different interesting facts about them. I'm looking forward to all the events that Clash Tournaments will be working with all the way up to Apex 2015 next year, which will be the main stream at. Here are the interviews, and after this video production is complete, I'll be hosting an AMA on reddit.com/r/smashbros. So if you have any questions for me about the pro team or anything else about Clash Tournaments, feel free to check out the AMA and I'll be answering your questions momentarily. Thank you, and have a good night.
Hey, so you know Clash Tournaments is starting their pro brand, and when it comes to someone that has experience, knowledge in multiple games, of course Clash being a bastion in the Smash scene, I feel like having a player of Zero's caliber is a really good look on Clash Tournaments, especially to elevate them from the original team to this new status. I certainly congratulate you on being one of the first.
Thank you.
In this new bracket. So I guess tell us a bit about yourself and your journey through the Smash scene. You know, a lot of people know you for your Brawl efforts, but if I recall, you've been playing Melee since what, like 2006 or so competitively?
What happened was that I started with Melee in 05 and 06, 05. And then I just kept competing with it. I got pretty good at that game. I used to play with Dark all the time. Not all the time, but just watch him all the time, because there's a legend in my country where everyone was like looking up to Dark, and Dark had like students that will come down every couple months and destroy everyone.
Oh, I got that's Dark from Chile, right?
Yes, the Fox.
Right.
I got to play with one of his students in National Grand Final. I went to Game 5, second set, and he beat me. So I was like, wow, if he's only the student, the master will be pretty insane. But what happened after that national was that my Smash passion was kind of dying down, because I was like, well, you know, time to go back to school. I was only like 12 years old, like not really anything to project myself for Smash.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I'm done. A couple of years go by, it's 2011, and then I see like Googling the internet. I'm like, Brawl on the MLG Pro Circuit. I'm like, Smash and MLG. I'm like, what is this? This sounds so weird to me. I was just only, you know, Halo, and that's it. Then I realized, if I get good at this game, maybe I can do something else. Maybe, you know, make this my living, perhaps. Like randomly, I was like, okay, let's do this. So what's the game that I have to play right now? I was like, I love Melee, but I don't see Melee anywhere. I guess I have to play Brawl. Right, so I went with Brawl, and then I was like, I need to get sponsored. I need to be serious about this. I know this is not, you know, casual anymore. That's the way I put it. And I went with BB Gaming at the beginning. That's how I met Mark. And then a year after, I went to Apex, and back and forth. And then I realized, maybe I shouldn't quit Melee. So I was like, the thing is that at some point Melee was like really in the back, and you know, it wasn't that big. Brawl was the biggest game at that point. Now it's the back and forth, so it's like, I want to get back to Melee. So after 5 years of not playing Melee, I just picked up the controller again. I'm like, all right, time to push buttons.
So of course you have a really strong history in Brawl. A lot of top 3 finishes, a lot of wins under your belt, especially that second place at Apex 2014. And as we're all getting ready for June, later on this year with Smash 4, you're one of the players that's in the Invitational, you know. How do you feel about that, being one of, 2 international representatives and basically the holding the spirit bomb for a lot of people would say the Brawl community on the whole?
Well, when I got notified I was going to win, this is what happened. I left my computer, stood up, and then I jumped. And then I hit my head with the ceiling. And then I woke up and I'm like, this is not a dream. We're in there. So it was definitely, it's more than anything like I say it's like a way of proving to others that what I have done, not to me, but to others, that what I have done does matter. Because a lot of people, when they look up to me, they're like, not even look up to me but look up to me like directly.
Right.
They don't really like see like, what are your achievements? What have you done? Right. I can tell them straight up, I did this. I have been here.
Right.
And that matters to me a lot because there's a lot of people that don't believe in professional gaming. When I tell them I got contacted by Nintendo to play in this, then they start to believe everything. They understand. Oh, this is serious.
Right.
It's not even a matter of like what's important or not. It's a matter of showing them how serious I am about what I do. Right. And that's what I strive for.
So I mean, you're definitely showing to the world that it's not just a casual thing. This is your passion. This is not just a one-night thing. This is something that you live, breathe, eat, and sleep for, basically. And we've seen that in your performance in every game you touch in the Smash scene. And of course, we wish you luck in the Invitational. But we're here at Cybertron 3 right now doing a interview. We originally thought this was going to be a qualifier for both Melee and Brawl for MLG. It's only for Melee, unfortunately, but you are this close to qualifying. You've got a lot of heavy hitters here. What do you think your chances are of qualifying? I know that you're definitely going to go there anyway.
It's hard to say because I consider Fox to be one of the most inconsistent characters of Smash history. There's times where, I don't know, when I was playing Armada and M2K in doubles, my Fox would be like on point, doing everything I wanted him to do. And then when I play Melee, it's like I randomly do everything I want to do, and there's randomly I never, does nothing.
It's difficulty playing a space animal. Sometimes you're perfect, and other times, when you need to be perfect, you're not even close to it.
That's why my friends and I always have this phrase of, just gotta push the buttons. If you push them correctly, you win. That's exactly what I think is. Because I don't know, I think that if it comes down to me being able to push the buttons how I want them, basically, I think I have an edge.
Okay.
Not an edge of like in favor, but like I have an edge of making it.
Right, and your path to qualifying isn't, it's not that far-fetched. You have either one win in winners to guarantee your qualifying, or 2 wins in the losers bracket. So best of luck to you. I think you've got a pretty good shot at it. How do you feel about it?
I have to play Zoo, which is a pretty
hard
good Falco, I say.
Yeah.
Only beat Jason. And the thing about Falco is that it's one of those matches that I'm really good at or really bad at it.
So it all depends on the day.
Yeah.
So I hope that today's your day for your sake.
Hopefully.
Again, congratulations on joining the Clash Tournament's pro team.
Thank you.
And we expect to see a lot of big things from you in the future, not just in Melee, not just in Brawl, but in the upcoming Smash 4. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll see you soon. Hey everyone, we are here at Cybertron 3, a large Smash Bros. Tournament in New Jersey. And of course, you guys know the news. Clash Tournaments is not just growing and expanding, they're putting out a pro team. And I have the honor and the pleasure of interviewing one of the players that'll be carrying that standard. This is Aaron Zhang, known to many people in the competitive Pokemon video game world as Cybertron, but now Clash Tournament Cybertron. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
So tell us a bit about the structure in competitive Pokemon in the video game world, of course, going all the way from the most minute local to Worlds, which you know very, very well.
How the structure typically works for most tournaments, whether it's grassroots or official tournaments, we use a thing called Swiss plus Top Cut. What Swiss is basically you play a game, or best of 3 depending on the level of tournament, and you're always paired with someone your own record. So if you win your first game, in the second round you're paired with someone else who also won their first game. And in the end, the top X players, it's normally 8, 16, or 32, move on to compete in the elimination bracket of the tournament, which is a single elimination, best of 3 set. If you win that set, you move on. If you lose, you're eliminated. And we see this in all the official sanctioned tournaments, whether they're regionals, nationals, or worlds. For grassroots, we've been using Swiss a lot too. I know we're trying out to use pools, which is I know what Smash actually does. But in general, yeah, we use the Swiss plus Top Cut format, and I think it works out pretty well. It gets what it needs to be done, but there still can be some changes to make it a bit better.
So Clash Tournaments is known for being a fantastic Smash Brothers team. And with this expansion to Pokemon, how does it feel kind of to be at the forefront of that?
I mean, it's really exciting. I really don't know where this is going to go, but to get the opportunity is definitely exciting. To get the opportunity to help the game grow in the first place is really important to me. This season I've been doing a lot to try to advance the game further competitively. I'd say the game has always been competitive, but hasn't really picked up until recently. I know last year the official company held a stream for the World Championships, and that was really big in helping spread the word and getting the game to grow, and I think it's taking off pretty exponentially. So, getting the opportunity to join Clash Tournaments really means a lot to me in trying to help the game grow as well, and I'm really excited and looking forward to the opportunity.
So earlier we were talking a bit about the tournament structure. You've done a lot. You have a lot of accolades in the competitive Pokemon scene. You've won the national championship now twice. You finished top 4 at Worlds last year. Not just doing that, but the highest placing American. What else have you done, and what's next for you?
Well, in addition to the 2 national championships I won, that was in 2011 and 2012, I won 2 regional championships, one also in 2011, that was in the senior division, and I won the Massachusetts regional championships last year. And like you said, I finished 3rd at Worlds, which was probably my most impressive feat as of right now. From where to go here, obviously I'd like to take home the National and World Championships this year, but I have not been practicing as much as I probably should have, so we'll see how that plays out. But really from here on, it's just trying to help the game grow and trying to keep up with my accomplishments from the past, and just adding on to that list of accolades.
So of course, 2014 is going to bring about another World Championship. How's the preparation going, and what are your expectations for this year?
It's different from each country to country, but for America specifically, we basically have all these events throughout the season, from small local events to regionals to nationals, and each of these events give you points. We call them championship points, so the higher you place, the more points you get, and basically at the end of the season, after nationals this year, all the points are added up, and top 16 players in the country are invited to the World Championships. Nationals has the most weight. That's going to be in just a couple of weeks, so a lot of people are interested in seeing how that plays out, because as of right now, only a couple people have a lot of points add up to a Worlds invite. Most people are still vying for one, so that's going to be really competitive. As for preparation, I personally basically just try to find the perfect team, and that goes through just working with the core idea and building off that idea. Once I take that idea, I test it with people that I feel like I can trust and are good friends of mine. A lot of it just comes down to asking for games, asking for their advice, hearing what they have to say about the team. I try to keep my team as secretive as possible, so that when it comes to the actual world competition, I go in with my best chances. But a lot of it just comes down to, figuring out a team and working with people that I trust.
Of course, you can hear in the background people yelling and screaming about Smash Brothers right now. How do you feel about the connect between the Pokemon community and the Smash community, and just all these Nintendo brands together in competitive scenes?
Well, first of all, I think the Smash community is really awesome. This tournament's been really cool to check out, and the connection between Smash and Pokemon, I don't think there's one that's really there. I know a couple people who play Smash, for example, Angel Miranda, who also plays both the TCG and the VGC, but beyond that much, there aren't too many people that go into both, but I think really interesting to see both communities. It's a completely different setting from what you expect from a Pokemon tournament, what you see from there, but I think it's really cool actually, and it's exciting to to see both communities come together. I know at Apex that's really one of the major tournaments where both tournaments are held kind of side by side, and it's cool to see both games by each other.
So again, congratulations on joining Clash Tournaments. We expect a lot of big things to come from you in the future. You've got a big plate ahead of you. You've got a great future ahead of you. You've got a great past as well. And we wish you the best of luck. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So of course Clash Tournaments is starting up this new pro brand. And of course when you're talking about players in the Smash scene, a lot of history, people that we're looking forward to in Smash 4 who are multi-game talented. One of the first names that comes to mind is yours, Eric Liu, aka ESAM. How's it going?
Pretty good. Mr. Progducto.
Fantastic to talk to you. Of course, so, joining Clash at this point and being one of the triad of the brand new squad, how's that feel, man? Clash has always had this huge pulse in the community, and now seeing it expand to be a pro gaming bracket. How's that feel for you?
I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm very excited. I mean, I thought I would be sponsored for a long time, and then I finally got one. So I'm very happy about that.
Good.
And as a primarily Smash streaming, it is very good to be part of one of those teams.
Definitely. Of course, Clash does some of the best streams in the Smash series, period. And of course, the content just varies time and time again. And of course, adding Pokemon into the mix, which is kind of, I wouldn't say it's out of nowhere, because of course, we've seen them stream Pokemon at Apex. But, signing someone to the team, that's a hard act to follow.
Yeah. And I mean, especially if you follow Alpha Zealot on Twitter, he's like, oh, I'm at this Pokemon National from Germany, Poland, and there's like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people there, and you're just like, wow, this game is huge.
Right. I think people are having
it's pretty smart.
Yeah, people are having the same realization about Smash, this kind of growth in these Nintendo games. So of course, when we talk about people being sponsored, there aren't really that many people looking, kind of in the South. You're representing South Carolina, correct?
And Florida. I consider myself Florida, even though I go to school in South Carolina. Like, South Carolina doesn't really have a Smash scene. It's getting there. I mean, there's maybe 50 or 60 Melee players. Okay. Not Brawl. Nope. There will definitely be Smash 4. I mean, I think Smash 4 is going to be everywhere.
Yeah, I definitely think...
Anywhere that there are people that like competitive Smash, they're going to be Smash 4 scenes.
One thing that's really interesting about Smash 4 is, the handheld. And you're talking about growing scenes. Being able to just have your 3DS and run to someone and just say, hey, I'm playing for glory. I mean, do you play competitively? We've got a lot coming up on the plate. Of course, later on this year with Smash 4 coming out, we are expecting you, especially Apex rolls around. I think, the Clash boys are certainly going to be the ones to watch because you guys are all multi-game talented. And, of course, we kind of know you for playing a myriad of characters. I remember a couple of years ago you taking down Hobby with your Samus. And, of course, I always think of your Pikachu and your Ice Climbers in Brawl as well. So you can play a lot of different styles, a lot of different speeds. I think, as people are learning to adapt, that you're going to be at the forefront of that.
Yeah, I think I'm probably one of the favorites going in. I mean, especially if it's more similar to Brawl, I'll definitely be up there. If it's somewhere between, that's awesome for me because I know how to play both.
Exactly. So. That's a huge head over people who are just one game threats that both you and Zero do have.
Yeah. Yeah, Zero's crazy good. He's super talented. He puts in so much work.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier. He's been playing Smash since about 06 when he was like 12 years old. Yeah. So how long have you been in the scene?
Since I was 12 or 13. So entered the Melee scene.
What year?
95. 2005.
All right, so you're about to join the 10-year club as well. It's crazy thinking, when you think of games and rivalries extending for decades. That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, that's insane.
We see it like with Super Turbo, which
like Marvel, MEC2,
yeah. And that carried over into MEC3. I think we're going to see the same stuff apply as
Smash Brothers.
We go into 64, into Melee, into Brawl now, the 4th iteration of the Smash Brothers series. I think it's definitely something you've got a lot of years under your belt. You're a veteran. A lot of people look up to you, and of course,
I'm awesome.
So I mean, a lot of people think that competitive Smashers, that's all they play. What do you play in your spare time that isn't Smash?
Well, I do play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the Ultimate Iteration.
What team do you play?
Nova, Frank West, Taskmaster.
We'll have to play
at CEO last year, I almost beat Fnatic, but I dropped 2 combos in EM5. One of them was to get Frank to level 5. I was like, no.
So you burn your power of the Nova Force, did the quarter circle back, both punches.
Yeah. And then I tried to wait too long for the Nova assist to get the ground bounce.
Yeah.
And he rolled out, and then I got happy birthday.
That happens. I understand completely.
And then I'm starting to pick up Street Fighter.
Okay, so
but it's hard.
That's actually one thing I've noticed a lot, especially since Evo last year. A lot of players picking up, more traditional fighters, and I think that's really important because fundamentals in one game do carry over.
Oh,
we've seen a lot of players. We've seen a lot of players like Ford, Alucard, Falco Mist, even Chris G.
They're really good.
Who've all applied their Smash knowledge and prowess to other games. Lord Knight. The list goes on, and of course, you're kind of doing it in reverse, or no, you're doing the same way they are.
Yeah, just later.
Yeah, but I think that definitely bodes well for you.
And also the last game, which is the best game out of all of them, Dive Kick.
So, I mean, at this rate, it sounds like if you keep progressing at the rate that you've been in, we already have a Smash division. They might put out an FGC division as well, and you'll be in both.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll have the money match perhaps at CEO.
Huh?
We might have the money match at CEO.
Look forward to it.
All right. I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Take care, and again, congratulations on joining the pro team for Clash tournaments.
Yeah.
And of course, we expect big things from you in the future. Congratulations, and congratulations.